Okay, so we are going to be discussing FRQ number 27. So if you can make sure that you read and then answer A. Okay, so on A it says, does the data in the table show a growth or decay in the amount of theophylline? I don't know, that's why I teach math. That is present in the blood. Explain your reasoning. So hopefully your initial intake was to, as time goes on, what is happening to that set of Y values. And hopefully you were able to see that the data shows a decay because the Y values are decreasing. And you don't necessarily need to say Y values because the concentration levels are decreasing. So you could use Y values or you could use that language. On B, when it says use the regression capabilities to find a function in this form, this is what you are going to be using. And again, we've got T represents the F of T represents the concentration of Theo, and T represents the number of hours. And so based on the values of A and B, explain why this function is the type of function that we claimed it was in part A. So if you could answer that question. Okay, so first of all, we're looking at the value of B, and I noticed that since there are no reflections, the value of B should be between 0 and 1. All right, so in order for it to be decay, it needs to be between 0 and 1. Also, this A value represents that initial value, and that initial value was 12, and that is 11.914, so it's almost 12. So I would know that that calculation or that value is pretty accurate. All right, C, please complete C in its entirety. Okay, so we are supposed to find f of 15, which simply means that we need to have this written out, and then we need to evaluate that using your calculator. And then now we're going to interpret that. And it just says this represents that after 15 hours, the concentration level of Theo in the blood will be 0.871 milligrams per liter. Okay, and then D in its entirety. Okay, is this theophylline? I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it, but will this ever be completely out of the system of the person who takes it? And explain your reasoning. So no, it's never going to be completely out of the system of the person who takes it. We've talked about this before, that graphically this exponential function has a horizontal asymptote of y equals 0. And since the function can never touch y equals 0, the amount of theophylline can never equal 0.